Welcome to Ping 24. Updates, subscribe my channel and press the bell icon for more updates. Picture this. Ninoy Aquino International Airport, 3 p.m. Instead of chaos, a foreigner, let's call him Chad from Ohio, steps out and is met with beaming smiles. The security guard, who was just scolding a local, now greets Chad like a VIP. "Welcome to the Philippines, sir!" The taxi driver skips the meter scam and instead gives Chad a passionate rundown of the best adobo in town. At the hotel, staff treat him like royalty. Even the peanut vendor throws in a freebie, "For you, Joe!" Chad's only achievement? Not being Filipino. Here, that's enough. This isn't a rare event. Across the country, foreigners are treated with a reverence that borders on celebrity. They get the best seat, the first serving, and the biggest smiles, often leaving them both flattered and confused. Is it a prank? A marketing ploy? No, it's a complex mix of history, economics, and cultural programming. Filipinos barely notice it anymore. It's just how things are. A lost foreigner draws a helpful crowd. One eating sinigang becomes a source of national pride. This reflexive kindness is a defining Filipino trait, but beneath the warm welcome lies a story shaped by centuries of conquest and survival. To understand why, we need to look back. To get why Chad gets the royal treatment, let's rewind to 1521. Magellan lands, and locals greet him with curiosity and hospitality. That openness was soon tested. The Spanish didn't just visit, they stayed for over 300 years. Spanish rule created a strict social hierarchy. Spaniards on top, natives at the bottom. This wasn't just about power, it was psychological. Generations learned that status and privilege came from aligning with the foreign rulers. Speaking Spanish, converting to Catholicism, and adopting foreign customs became survival strategies. The native elite who cooperated were rewarded, setting a template for how Filipinos interact with outsiders. Today's deference, the best chair, the eager smile, echoes this colonial past. It's not just politeness, it's muscle memory from centuries of being told foreigners are superior. Of course, genuine warmth exists too, but our hospitality is inseparable from this history. When we honor a foreign guest, we're unconsciously reenacting old power dynamics. The Spanish left more than churches. They left a mindset that still shapes how we treat outsiders. This software runs quietly in the background of Filipino hospitality. But the story doesn't end with Spain. Just as Spain's grip loosened, the Americans arrived, buying the Philippines in 1898 with no Filipino input. The Americans brought schools, Hollywood, and a new ideal, the English-speaking Westerner. American influence was a cultural tidal wave. English replaced Spanish, and Joe became the new gold standard. Filipinos saw Americans as liberators and modernizers, reinforcing the idea that Western meant better. Light skin, tall noses, and fluent English became status symbols. The Japanese occupation during World War II was a harsh contrast. Foreigners weren't always welcomed. When Americans returned as liberators, the good Westerner narrative was cemented. 3 colonial experiences, Spanish, American, Japanese, left us with a complicated attitude toward outsiders. We don't treat all foreigners equally. There's an unspoken hierarchy. At the top, the white English-speaking Westerner, thanks to a century of relentless cultural programming. Our psyche is tuned to foreign identity, shaped by waves of conquest and influence. This hierarchy still colors our interactions today. But there's more to our hospitality than just history. Beyond colonial scars, Filipino hospitality is a core value. Bisita, gracia. A visitor is a blessing. Guests, especially foreigners, are treated as gifts from God. Their impression reflects on the whole nation. Concepts like pakikipagkapwa-tao, deep empathy, and bayanihan, communal unity, drive us to help outsiders. A lost tourist sparks a group effort. Directions, a ride, maybe even a dinner invite. At home, the guest gets the best seat, the biggest portion, and endless encouragement to eat. Hosts might sleep on the floor so the guest can have the bed. These are joyful obligations, not sacrifices. For foreigners, this can be overwhelming, but it's our way of honoring them. Haya, or shame, ensures we go above and beyond. A guest leaving unhappy is unthinkable. Every happy tourist becomes a walking ad for the Philippines. Our hospitality is both tradition and grassroots diplomacy. We want the world to know Filipinos are the best hosts. But sometimes, this desire to please goes deeper than simple kindness. It's also about how we see ourselves. Let's talk about that. Let's call it what it is. Colonial mentality, a lingering belief that foreign, especially Western, is better. It's not just about being nice to tourists. It's about a subconscious inferiority complex. You see it everywhere. Billboards with light-skinned models, aisles of skin-whitening products, imported goods prized over local ones. A Filipino's success feels validated only when recognized abroad. Stateside gifts are treasured, not for quality, but for their foreignness. This extends to people. Foreigners, especially white ones, are assumed to be smarter, richer, and more important. In meetings, a foreign consultant's opinion often outweighs a local expert's. Socially, foreigners become instant celebrities. This is the most direct legacy of colonial hierarchy. Our hospitality is genuine, but it's layered with ingrained deference. We're not just welcoming, we're still seeking approval from our former masters. But there's also a practical side to our friendliness. Let's follow the money. Beyond history and psychology, there's a simple reason we love foreigners: money. Tourism is a lifeline for millions of Filipinos, and every tourist dollar helps families and communities. The warm welcome is also a business strategy. A happy tourist spends more and spreads the word. Our friendliness is our main attraction, marketed aggressively. The economic link goes deeper. Millions of Filipinos work abroad, sending home vital remittances. This global diaspora makes us cosmopolitan and empathetic to outsiders. Welcoming foreigners is a reflection of how we hope our loved ones are treated overseas. Foreign residents and investors boost local economies, especially in expat hubs. Our deference is partly programmed, but it's also incentivized by economic realities. It's a perfect storm of colonial history and capitalist pragmatism. But money isn't the only motivator. There's also romance. Let's address the elephant in the room: romance. The Philippines is known as a place where foreigners, especially Western men, easily find partners. For many, a foreign spouse means financial stability and a shot at migration, a pragmatic choice, not just a love story. The Kano is often idealized thanks to decades of Western media. Marrying a foreigner can mean social status and leveling up. Mixed-race children are admired for their mestizo features. Critics say this perpetuates stereotypes and colonial ideas. Supporters argue love knows no boundaries. The truth is messy, a blend of love, pragmatism, and historical baggage. These relationships spark endless debate about identity and self-worth. It's another facet of our complicated relationship with the outside world, and the media only amplifies it. Let's see how. In the digital age, our fascination with foreigners is turbocharged by media and social media. TV and movies often feature Filipinos falling for wealthy foreigners. News outlets celebrate any foreign celebrity who mentions us. This creates a narrative where foreign validation is the ultimate prize. Enter the foreign vlogger. Millions watch as they try balut or praise our beaches. We share, comment, and subscribe, feeding a cycle of foreigner reacts to Filipino thing content. This feedback loop boosts our pride, but can distort reality. Only positive foreign voices get amplified, while genuine dialogue is sidelined. It pressures foreigners to always be amazed, and us to crave their approval. The internet has turned our historical affinity into a content strategy. It's effective, but it reveals deep insecurities. So, is this obsession a blessing or a curse? Let's find out. Our obsession with foreigners is under scrutiny. Many Filipinos now question the double standards it creates. Why do we treat tourists like royalty but ignore or mistreat our own countrymen? This disparity, Filipino on Filipino cruelty, sparks frustration and debate. Some say our fawning over foreigners shows a lack of confidence in our own culture. Why do we need outsiders to tell us our beaches are beautiful? This foreigner worship can lead to subservience and resentment, making locals feel like second-class citizens. Some foreigners exploit this, enjoying privileges while disrespecting locals. The stereotype of the sleazy expat seeking a submissive wife is especially painful. Our openness is both strength and vulnerability, a superpower and a crack in our national psyche. The challenge is to stay welcoming without being subservient, to value ourselves as much as our guests. In welcoming the world, we must also learn to welcome ourselves. That's the real test of Filipino hospitality. End.